Welcome back to the VTuber News. This is Salvi, the one who resides on the right side of your screen most of the time, and I'm here now just to remind you guys that I do have a goal for, at the very least, until my birthday in June. I would love to be able to reach 20k subscribers, so if you could please subscribe and continue to watch these videos whenever you have a chance, I would really appreciate it. Just a small reminder, of course, and do enjoy the rest of the video. They are cratering. At least their stock has had some severe drops after what we recently saw with their Anycolor earnings report. Anycolor is the major parent company over Nijisanji. As you can see here, Nijisanji project is their main and only really one. Used to have ID, JP still around, but ID, Korea, etc. used to be a part of it. Those got merged in. And what we're talking about right now is this. Anycolor stocks. According to this that they showed, Anycolor stock trading has been temporarily halted on Tokyo Stock Exchange. This was as of, I think, 1 day ago, which was as of the recording of this on the 11th. It was temporarily restricted on the 10th, actually, temporarily restricted. Disappointing outlook. Anycolor projected lower future profits for the upcoming fiscal year. Lower dividends. The company announced plans to cut its dividend payouts. Market rules. As you remember, when I did cover the whole stock thing, not the stock, the monetary thing, they did see anywhere from a 1 to 10% drop. They were saying that that was most likely going to happen as things are slowing down for them. There was going to be lower fiscal earnings, and that always panics and angers investors. Which investors, if you invest in a company, you always want income. Of course, you always want profits. You always want something new coming in because you get dividends usually for it. And in this case, what ended up happening is Anycolor, after they still made some money, but disappointing compared to what they were expecting. They made some future plans, or the outlook of the next fiscal year, which will be fiscal year 2027, which starts somewhere around July, August of 2026. That it was seen as it was going to be a very low, anywhere from a 1 to 10% drop is a negative earnings forecast. And that is just their net earnings, not even their gross earnings, because gross is before all of your expenses and all that kind of stuff is taken into account. So gross earnings, they even take that to be anywhere from 1 to 10% loss. Anytime any loss is seen by any company, or at least predicted by any company, just giving you a little bit of background, it will be seen negatively. So that was limited in the Tokyo Stock Exchange. And down here they say, what does it mean? A lot of people sold their stocks and the number of sellers was greater than buyers. Is it bad for Anycolor stock? Yes, pretty bad. Is it bad for Anycolor? Nope, they won't go bankrupt because of this reason. The biggest risk day is tomorrow on Friday. If they keep on falling in price limit, it will be increased. JPX will provide an update about when they release their stock tomorrow. So one person here saying that they're all reaching their growth plateau, including cover, and may not be entirely bad for the industry as a whole. One reason that it could reduce the number of small and mid-sized agencies that enter the market chasing a quick fortune, and maybe instead of people who aren't really prepared for it, there will be more preparation for the next companies that do pop up, because there won't be those unrealistic expectations of hitting a gold mine with just a couple of VTubers. It is, of course, still negative development in the sense that it reflects slowdown in the growth of the industry, VTubing industry overall. However, judging from the financial results of two industry leaders, Nijisanji and Hololive, fairly clear that the era of rapid growth is largely past. Industry is entering a more mature phase. The person down here says the Monday is going to be the biggest issue because people buy stocks with leverage. Anycolor shareholders absolutely angry. During Q1, they had spectacular earnings, so they were expecting continuous growth like that. And they also had upward guidance. The guidance means that that's what they expect. They expect things are going to keep going up. And it went up almost to 6,000 yen. Then came Q3, the momentum didn't hold. They failed to reach their targets. They revised the guidance down a bit. Q4, they revised it down even more, so much that they erased all the past raised forecasts and then some. They also reduced dividend payout. So dividend payout went down. Shareholders like, what the F is going on at this point for all this hype that happened in the last year? A lot of whispers of distrust, since Riku actually sold a bunch of his own shares at the top before revising guidance downwards. So he was like, that may be insider trading. That would be insider trading possibly in the US. If you know that your stock is going to drop, and because the guidance is going to be lower, and you sell a bunch of your stock, that could be considered possibly insider trading. There's been no explanation from Riku, no medium or long-term plan to tackle the problem. market oversaturation and growth slowdown. Those are a significant plan to diversify away from industry risks. And yeah, they're just trying to continue to sell acrylic stands and things like that. So it is bad for them, because they still say that they're going to be expanding overseas markets, but no growth is being seen so far. At least no extensive growth like they normally do. And here we go with this that I wanted to show you. In the last 5 days, it cratered. This June 10th was when their financial earnings were released and when their forecasts were put out for Q4. For the next fiscal year, their forecasts were way down. It cratered. It went from 29.86 to 22.25. The biggest drop they'd seen in months, because before it's 4,000 6 months ago. It went down to 2,900. So that was a big drop. That was in March, April. And now this is another huge drop, like precipitous drop. This one, though, came after a huge gain and then a drop again. It kind of fixed itself. Then it went from 34 to 2,900. And again, it's dropping severely. This was their 1 month. I like showing the longer distance ones because those are the ones that dictate more what's going on. They've been pretty stable at 2,800 around there. They've hovered around there. 2,800 to 3,000, and now they're back down to 2,200. And the day so far has not seen them go up. It saw them go down from around 2,400 at start to 2,375 now, which is not actually not too horrible. They did drop a little bit. They didn't see any growth. Usually you would see something go up, but right now it's very bullish for the organization. I know this is a long one, but I did want to explain it the best way that I could. And this is to say that things are not looking great for the stock. The confidence is low. We'll see what happens in the future. Ooh, subliminal messaging. Follow the squirrel. Subscribe to the squirrel. This is not a psyop. This is just me being a dumbass. Ooh, subscribe. Oshiuplink is doing some amazing things. It is going to be that was on May 2nd to 3rd, but they are having some other things, like some other things going on for Anime Expo and things like that. They have had their own convention on May 2nd to 3rd in Canada, but this is for what's happening at Anime Expo, which is the weekend of July 4th. And they're going to be having Snuffy Owo, Doki Bird, Dooby 3D, Zentreya, and Chibi Doki that are going to be at their booth. And they're going to be, you can apply to do the virtual meet and greet sessions with them there. And these are the dates that are available for each and every one of those. And, just giving you guys this because I do know a lot of you guys are fans of these VTubers. Since they are large, they have grown a lot. They're amazing each in their own right. Our previous application is still valid from when this went up before. Should I reapply? It's still applicable. There's just a later post about the same thing. Dooby and other people here already did. Hope to see Zen again. So a lot of people are very happy that their Oshi is showing up here with Oshiuplink. Big ups to Oshiuplink for helping these VTubers get their virtual meet and greets going. And I do hope everyone has tons of fun. They have horror stories and they are sharing it, as today we're talking about VTubers giving others their background of bad collabs. They're good collabs and bad collabs. So far I've been in pretty good ones. Usually the ones that have been bad for me have been the ones where I haven't been able to kind of mesh well with the person and I stay very silent or I don't do very much, or sometimes my jokes don't land. We started with this person here. A-list, it says, do you guys have any bad collab experience? The worst one was a couple years ago with a VTuber. We were supposed to play Valorant together, but something came up on their end. They canceled less than an hour before we were scheduled to go live. I get that emergencies happen, so I reached out to reschedule, got completely ghosted. A short while later, they even unfollowed me. We had similar sized audiences, so it wasn't like a nobody to them. I just left hanging with nothing. I hope they were okay, but definitely left a sour taste in my mouth. Vampir's Fangoria says, one time a girl VTuber asked to help with the subathon to raise money for her treatments and was asking on Twitter to have people join in that day. I wanted to help because I thought it was a good reason. I mentioned I didn't have that much time, but wouldn't mind playing. She never once attempted to pull me into the lobby, instead only pulled in people with big CCV and numbers. I ended up leaving since I had to go. There are now rumors about those treatments just being cash grabs for her. I don't know. Either way, a little DM saying I might just play with so-and-so would have been nice. Another person, Salem, says, I once collabed with someone and they kept telling both of our chats to buy them things off their throne. I specifically S-toys that they had on there and got upset when someone offered to buy something for me. I didn't feel left out. Looking back, a response generated by this tweet making me realize that half of the VTubing sphere really just love being a selfish, shameless, and immature bunch of twats. in it. And over here says, someone once reached out to me asking if we could collab. I said I'd be down if I hop into a call, chat, and see if we could plan, mesh well. Was bombarded with a bunch of invasive questions, one in particular that made me uncomfy. How as active are you? How does that even matter? Number one, how the hell does that even matter? Heading on with Reina Takahara. Reina Takahara says, my worst collab was more than a couple, but I'd say anytime someone takes a game too seriously, that's supposed to be fun. One person was super mad that doing good enough that they were not doing good enough in Rivals. Well, we were a quick play. I vibe. I told them unless it's ranked, I just have fun. Well, his response was, these games aren't for fun. You just have to win. I then made an excuse to up and leave because generally having been an esports player before I was a VTuber, I'm sick of that kind of mindset. So a lot of people are saying that. You have Alessia VTuber here who says, I once had a collab lined up, but the day of, they canceled saying they were sick. Then I got a notification that afternoon they went live with someone else who had like 5x the amount of followers I had. I haven't done a collab with anyone but my sister or brother since. Collab with Alessia, she seems cool. Over here, Minori says, a few years ago, before I became a VTuber, I was invited to co-host for a gaming commentary stream with 2 other people. One person there spoke over me and cut me off while I was speaking, had a hard time talking over them because they were aggressive as F, and they never stopped talking. When I finally got a word in, they replied super sarcastically and ignored me for the rest of the stream, and chat was spamming ignored Omega lol. I ended up leaving the call mid-stream because it was too much for me to handle as an introverted person and was super embarrassed. I just cried the entire day after that. Definitely feel that. I'm very introverted. I'm autistic myself. Which is not what she said, but I'm autistic, and those type of things do end up affecting me in one way, shape, or form because I feel either I do something wrong or, you know, it's too overwhelming, it's too overstimulating, that type of thing. One of my biggest pet peeves, constantly talking over people. Anytime it happens to me, depending on the mood, I just continue to talk or I leave the conversation altogether. And if I see it happen to someone else, I make it an obvious point to ignore the louder one. What I do, there have been times when I accidentally talk over someone. Sometimes there's a stream delay, sometimes there's a delay in Discord or whatever we're using, and I usually apologize. I let them say, "What you were saying something? You were saying, you're saying about this." I try to bring back what they were saying in case if I messed up and I took their thunder. So I try to do that because I've always taught to be polite. I've always been taught to be polite. Boy, oh boy, I hope that no one has any horror stories with me, and if they do, contact me and let me see if I can make it right. Because there's sometimes, like I said, I am autistic, so I don't understand these things sometimes socially, and I can maybe overstep, or I can not be aware of things that I've done wrong, and let me know. Always, always let me know. First collab ever invited to do to play Devour, which is a game I was legit terrified to play. It was me and him, 2 other girls. Never interacted with anyone before. I got jump scared so hard I had tears in my eyes and I was spooked out of my ass. I didn't really vibe with any of them. I was ignored for the most part, and one of them had a chipmunk voice changer that was just too high-pitched and hurt my ears over time. The part that made it the worst for me was when the guy was literally insisting on me promoting himself to my stream as an outro. I was going to link them all, but I was so spooked that I needed a minute to unwind, but he couldn't wait, so he came into my chat himself and linked his stuff and started promoting. I felt S after that, and shitty after the collab, and it was a bad experience overall. If someone were to do that, and I don't give you permission to do that, and you do that, I will take it as kind of like a bot thing, even if I'm collabing with you. Ask me, and I will usually say yes, or I'll usually do it myself, and I will promote you guys. But if you just do like that, you might end up getting banned, or at the very least, silenced for a bit. At the very least, there's so many more here. The last one I'm going to read here is from Marshall. It says, I had a collab where one of the streamers just talked incessantly, interrupted people, never let anyone get a word in on anything. I had to actively tell them to be quiet and let someone else speak for a change. There was a streak of at least an hour where they shouted down anyone who tried to speak their opinions on the topic at hand. Never wanted to collab with them again after that. And it continues. As you can see, there are so very many here. From small VTubers, bigger VTubers, different VTubers of different sizes, different types, forms, everything like that. A lot of VTubers have put out their bad feelings about the whole thing, their whole situation about how everything goes. Usually for me, it ends up being that I can't, for whatever reason, collab with the person. I forget that we're trying to set something up, and it sounds like I ghost them. I'm really bad with these things. That's why I don't even try anymore. Veronica Hex in the larger one says, they're in my ear every stream. Their voices are gravely and annoying. Gravelly and annoying. If only there was a way to shut them up. All right, mute. It's me. I'm the collab partner. So someone just makes fun of the whole situation, which is funny. It makes a little joke in there. Either way, I'm pretty sure there are hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of the other VTubers who have had bad experiences. But hopefully, from now on, they're going to start having something positive to talk about when it comes to their collabs. We have some wonderful things for Takane Lui. But who is Takane Lui? First, Takane Lui is a female Japanese VTuber associated with Hololive, Hololive 6th generation, Holo X, Secret Society, Holo X with Lot Plus Darkness, yes, my dark, Hakui Koyori, Sakamata Chloe, and Kazama Iroha. Sakamata Chloe is an affiliate, so she's not actively streaming anymore. At least not under Hololive. She has her own thing in her PL, but she's not streaming under Hololive. We go here with the news that she put out on Twitter, which was on the 11th of Thursday. This is Japan time, JST, which already happened earlier this morning. Luminous Stars sees a super major announcement. Well, earlier the morning of the 11th, not this morning, the morning of the 11th. Told of 14 guests, 3D new outfit reveal included. There are color variations, lots of difference too. Live venue is there. What they mean by venue is the place where you can watch the live, which is this. And we are going to be taking a, snapshot type of look at things that are going here. These are the girls that were a part of this big celebration here. You have Azuki, you have Okayu, you have, again, Laplas Koyori. You have the, several different guests. You have, oh, who's that? That's guest 10, Kokane Nico. I didn't recognize Nico at all. Holy crap, I didn't recognize Nico at all. And of course that is Omaru Poka. You have a lot of people, a lot of wonderful people here who are going to be just having lots of fun. And you get to see, various other folks that are in there. The Fuomoko twins, just lots and lots of different folks there, which is great. It's great for her to be able to announce all these people here. As you can see, you have Hako's Bales and Iris and so many more. Let's get through this. Because I always take forever to do these things. Let's go. I have to skip through a lot of this. I do apologize for that because of copyright. In order for this to be transformative, I need to skip through a lot of it. Oh, they're giving them individual stages too. Nice. This is Kokane Nico, of course, from Hololive Device. Very nice, very nice, very nice. There we go.
今日重大告知もあるし、なんかそうなんです。新衣装もあるんです。出るんでしたっけ？
A lot of costumes, a lot of new things. Let's talk around here. Let's see here. The next stage. And here we go, another one with a new costume. A new outfit, not costume, outfit. Beautiful new outfit, by the way. Oh, her eyes! That is nice! A whole different look in her eyes. Holy moly. Very nice. Okay, now we have some more girls here popping up. Some more device girls. Gee, hi, I believe it's this one. And there's Louis in the background. Very nice. Another very, very nice outfit. And there's Bay, of course, Omaru Poka, and Louis. The next one. Ooh, you have the Fuamoko twins. You have Okayu back there. And Asuki as well. Very nice. Another outfit. There's just so many. Very nice. They're all very, very nice. There's Lapis. And it looks like Iroha. And Hoyori. Hollow X are all there except, of course, Sakamata Chloe, who is an affiliate. Nice. That is Moonlight Sonata, but it is a different. It's not the slow Moonlight Sonata. I think it's Adagio or something. I don't know what those things. There's like three different sections of Moonlight Sonata. It's one of the faster ones. I can show you guys later on if you guys join me on a stream or anything like that. But this is a Moonlight Sonata, different one, I believe. Very nice. It starts out that way at least. Very nice. I love the stages they give them. I love that. Thanking everybody, thanking the senpai, and also putting out her first live, which is Rebellion. It's going to be on the 16th of December in Kanedivia Hall. Nice. This legendary as well. Some more things there, some more announcements. And of course, we can't be leaving without the merch that you can see here for her birthday. Wonderful to see it all. She also has Soar, which I think is a new single as well, coming out. It is all amazing. Let's see if I believe they usually sing it at the very. Yeah, there you go. So we have that and her big thank you to the fans. Her big thank you card, her thank you letter to the fans for being there with her and supporting her during the whole time that she's been around. Big congratulations to Lui for such an amazing stage. All the people who were a part of it did such an amazing job. Love seeing this. And I'm sorry it took so long, but you know me. I always take a while when it comes to this. So, that is the thing that happens.
Where is she? Slinking around in the shadows.
Well, they both do the shadows thing, don't they?
Following me for a reason. It had better be good.
Oh no! She's got a hold of my heart things! She's gripping hard! She's not letting go! I don't like fighting with the Pussycat. No.
Printed over another image.
Oh dear. Lover Squirrel? Oh no! She's right on top.
It is.
She's right on top.
Jokers. Winner takes all.
Well, whoever planted these
whatever.
Still got your money.
Ugh, don't remind
I mean,
me.
she wanted to be the dominating type, but she's not. Luckily for me, we'll never know who she is. Never
So
know.
have I. There
Oh dear.
must be more cards.
Oh, I thought they were gonna get to the sexy time, but I forgot to see the Lego game. Thank you guys for watching as always, and of course, take a look, and if you enjoy everything, like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification icon, all those things that YouTube asks of you. Really do appreciate you. Have a wonderful day.